for highly contagious COVID-19, which has spread with a scale and severity not seen since Spanish flu. The variants of the virus such as Delta, Delta plus, Epsilon, Gamma continue to threaten even those vaccinated. Secondary diseases such as the black fungus are targeting COVID patients and killing almost 1 in 2% in such cases. Human life is more precious and important than all economic principles or systems in totality, because all these concepts are legitimate because of their utility value, which is to fundamentally make human life better. At least until this ongoing crisis ends, all economic policies related to money, banking, fixing prices of commodities, etc., need to be revised to make sure no human being suffers from hunger or the absence of required medical care. For this purpose, Kailasa has presented a detailed report on effective solution for COVID-19 through multilateralism that was published in their website, United Nations website, www.ochr.org. The earlier reports recognized by the United Nations, the report on indigenous women and girls, and the reports on femicide. The third report on COVID-19 and multilateralism, a report by the Adi Shaivite Minority Tradition, ASMT Hindu Community Kailas Union in the month of June and got published in the month of July. Now, what are the significance and importance of having the ecosystems of Kailasa, especially temple-based ecosystems? How the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism continuously worked to revive the ecosystems of Kailasa, especially during this pandemic time. How across the world, the temple-based ecosystems, the temples are shutting down across the world due to the pandemic. But Kailasa has opened its doors to all when across the world, every country closing the doors, the Kailasa has opened the door to save the lives. Revival of by reviving the temple sciences and ecosystems, which are now our COVID care products. And you can see some of these examples, glimpses of the temple being shut down for an indefinite period across the states of India, even the famous temples which have the history of running, serving the devotees for time immemorial. Now, in these times when COVID-19 is rampant and the ancient temples are in lockdown because of the risk of widespread corona disease, the devotees of these temples were visiting and having darshan of their gods and goddesses for thousands of years. At all these ancient sacred sentiments have come to a harming halt after the lockdowns have taken place. The religious fervor of the devotees is being lost due to the pandemic. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving the e-Kailasa ecosystem and bringing all the ancient traditions of the online platforms on Kailasa TV, YouTube, and Facebook. Now, why do we worship deities? Why temple-based ecosystems? Now, let's understand more on the temple-based ecosystems of Kailasa. The installing the deities. As per the Vedic science, there are two ways to install the energy in a deity. One is Agama Pratishtha and the other is Prana Pratishtha. In Kailasa's ecosystems, all the deities have been installed by the Avatar, the supreme pontiff of Hinduism. In Agama Pratishtha, the energy intensity will be decided by the nature of the mantras and the accuracy with which it is chanted, and above all, the psychological state of the person chanting them. In Prana Pratishtha, energy installation is done by the first category of people, which are avatars, the enlightened beings, and it happens through a direct connection with the divine cosmic energy that nourishes the whole universe. Many historic temples have its own significance. Each deity has its own boon to offer depending on the type of energy installed in it. That is why, in order to conceive children, you go to a particular temple. In order to wed a suitable spouse, you go to a different temple. And to defy planetary influences, you go to a different temple. For financial problems, you go to a different temple. These benefits are nothing but the special energy packs. Temples are structures that replace the enlightened master's presence. Masters, by their sheer presence, heal people. They heal not just the physical level, but the being level. They keep the inspiration for spirituality alive. Their presence offers an ambience of sacredness. Temples are spaces created by masters to offer these same things that they offer. While consecrating the Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva temple sanctum at the Bangalore Adhinam, the supreme pontiff of Hinduism said, "An enlightened master is the cosmos in human form, the ultimate human form fit to perform a sanctum consecration." For an enlightened master, the energies of expression through any means never gets exhausted. For example, for an ordinary human being, the grief emotion or joy emotion exhausts when expressed through tears. The pitta, the fire elements of the body, exhaust through the sexual act, and the power of speech exhausts in his very saliva and the moment it's uttered. While consecrating the Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva temple sanctum at the Bangalore Adhinam, the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, Nithyananda Paramashivam, said, "An enlightened master is the cosmos in human form, the ultimate human as sanctum consecration. For an enlightened master, the through any means never get exhausted." The sanctum created and energized by the will by them will radiate inexhaustible energy and nurture energy, that being that seeks it. Only a master who can function without the help of his body is capable of creating a true sanctum, one that will materialize things exactly the way it does. Then, if God is everywhere, why go to a temple? Why temple-based ecosystems? To answer this question, Sri Ramakrishna, a great enlightened master of 20th century, gives a beautiful answer. There is a milk in the body, but we cannot get it by just piercing it anywhere. Though the cosmic energy is available everywhere, we are not able to perceive it because it is extremely subtle. Cosmic energy is available in the most subtle form. An enlightened being or the highly evolved soul knows the science of distilling this subtle energy into a gross form which we can perceive and absorb. Temples are energized by the great rishis in such a way that the cosmic energy becomes available to all as a source of healing and spiritual transformation. Then why so many temples in Hinduism? In India, about 90% of all tourist attractions are temples. There are lakhs of temples across length and breadth of India, and in places like Varanasi, for every person living there, there is a temple, says the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So why so many temples? Whatever a civilization thinks as the highest experience, it builds structures related to that. If people in a country thinks football is the greatest experience, they build magnificent football stadiums all over. If people think education is the greatest experience, they build schools and colleges. They build schools and colleges. For thousands of years, Hindus in India thought of enlightenment and God as the highest experience, so they built temples. For this reason, in any city, there will be a large number built first, and only then a city will form around it. The human body is considered a miniature of the cosmos, and a temple is an expansion of that human frame. The signs of temples. Temples are created to replace an enlightened master's presence. Enlightened master, when they leave their body, they want it to a space which can continuously inspire people, which can continuously heal, which can give them the experience of spirituality, which can give them the sacred feeling. Then what does energy have to do with the temples? The last statement of the science, that is E is equal to mc square, that what exists is energy, is the first statement of Upanishad. As research is proving every day, the cosmic truth that quantum physics is still struggling to comprehend were already commonplace in the ancient and rich Vedic tradition of India. When Einstein declared that E is equal to mc square, that whatever exists is energy, he continued what the Upanishad or the sacred Indian scriptures said thousands of years ago. With an enlightened insight into the play of matter and energy that makes up the universe, the Vedic seers had declared the more than 10,000 years ago that whatever exists is nothing but the energy that is from the Isha Vasha Upanishad, the last statement of science, E is equal to mc square, that whatever exists is energy, is the first statement of Upanishad. Isha Vasham idam. Idam sarvam. Whatever exists is energy. So the last statement of science is the first statement of Upanishad. That is, whatever exists is energy. In modern times, temples are truly the oxygen bars for the soul. Whether one is aware of it or not, the constant energetic exchange is happening between the humans and their environment. People live and move in an ocean of chaotic energies, both positive and negative. On certain levels, people are powerfully influenced by the energies and thoughts of others, the energies of living and working spaces, the residual energies of the objects that are touched, and the situations encountered. Energy imbalances in the body are the root cause for a vast majority of ailments, from obesity to insomnia to mood swings. Today, more than ever before, the Vedic intelligence that gave rise to the concept of temples can be appreciated for its ancient and modern technology based on thousands of years of research and development. The powerful positive vibrations present in a temple can flush out the negative energies without even being aware of it. Deep cleansing, recharging, and ultimately purifying of the being can happen effortlessly in a temple, resulting in physical and mental healing. In modern times, temples are truly the oxygen bars for the soul. A temple is more than a building. The entire art of building temples is not mere a simple art. It is a science. Temple architecture is a highly developed science, and every single facet of it, from the size of the idols and the size of the rooms and courtyards, the directions in which each has to be situated, to the process of installing the idol in the sanctum, all these are laid down in detail in manuals that were developed thousands of years ago. An Indian temple is more than just a building or structure. It is the image and the energy of the divine. A temple is a miniature cosmos comprised of 5 elements and a presiding deity. Temple is an outgrowth of the deity which has its own independent intelligence and from which energy is constantly radiating. Temples are also used for social interactions, spiritual education, academic exchanges. Temples provide the opportunity for transformation of consciousness by experiencing God in an outer form through worship. Temples and the deities act as a vehicle or bridge for inner transformation. Essentially, temples were designed to be the spaces where the mind spontaneously moves within and meditation happens effortlessly. Every aspect of the temple, from the architecture to the rituals to the kind of worship offered, have been consciously created to make this experience happen. When thousands and millions of people congregate to celebrate the divine and offer gratitude, any place becomes a temple, a place of worship. Keith Chryslow of Royal College of Art, London, believes that the basic architectural principles of Indian temples on the physical level are integral with structures at the metaphysical level. The Agamas and the Upanishads make several references to the correspondence of the human body and soul to the temple. Now we'll watch the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Inauguration of the Golden Temple of Paramashiva in 2018 in Adi Kailasa.
श्रीनित्य शिखर दर्शनम समस्त पाप हरणम जन्मराहित्यम अनिभेदोत्तिगदरा श्री परमहंस नित्यानंद भ्रमरांब दिव्य क्षेत्रम दर्शिंచి మోక్షమే ఉందండి భక్తులారా. అదిగో అదిగో శ్రీశైలం నిత్య భక్తులకు నిత్య పురివాసం. 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 మోక్షమునర్చగే శ్రీశైలం నిత్య సన్నిధి జయ గురు శైశైలం. మోక్షమునర్చగే శ్రీశైలం నిత్య సన్నిధి జయ గురు శైశైలం. ఓం హర హర నిత్య హర హర నిత్య. అదిగో అదిగో శ్రీశైలం నిత్య భక్తులకు నిత్య పురివాసం. అదిగో అదిగో శ్రీశైలం నిత్య భక్తులకు నిత్య పురివాసం. నాలుగు ప్రవేశ ద్వారములు నిత్య సన్నిధికి అవి మార్గములు. నాలుగు ప్రవేశ ద్వారములు నిత్య సన్నిధికి అవి మార్గములు. చిత్తపడము త్రిపురాంతకము నిత్య మగేశ్వర హలంపురం. చిత్తపడము త్రిపురాంతకము నిత్య మగేశ్వర హలంపురం. ప్రతి ద్వారములో తీర్థములు అవి తీర్చును భక్తుల కోరికలు. ప్రతి ద్వారములో తీర్థములు అవి తీర్చును భక్తుల కోరికలు. నేత్రానందము శైశైలం శుభయోగము కూర్చున్న శ్రీశైలం. నేత్రానందము శైశైలం శుభయోగము కూర్చున్న శ్రీశైలం. ఓం హర హర నిత్య హర హర నిత్య. అదిగో అదిగో శ్రీశైలం నిత్య భక్తులకు నిత్య పురివాసం. 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 మోక్షమునచగే శ్రీశైలం నిత్య సన్నిధి జయ గురు శైశైలం. మోక్షమునచగే శ్రీశైలం నిత్య సన్నిధి జయ గురు శైశైలం. ఓం హర హర నిత్య హర హర నిత్య. అదిగో అదిగో శ్రీశైలం నిత్య భక్తులకు నిత్య పురివాసం. అదిగో అదిగో శ్రీశైలం నిత్య భక్తులకు నిత్య పురివాసం. నిత్య హృదయమే శ్రీశైలం ఆరునిదేజమే శ్రీశైలం. నిత్య హృదయమే శ్రీశైలం ఆరునిదేజమే శ్రీశైలం. జోకోతరుడు జియకరుడు శ్రీ నిత్యరుని శుభక్షేత్రము. జోకోతరుడు జియకరుడు శ్రీ నిత్యరుని శుభక్షేత్రము. మహిమాన్వితము పవిత్రము శ్రీశైలము భక్తుల యోగము. మహిమాన్వితము పవిత్రము శ్రీశైలము భక్తుల యోగము. వేదసారము పురాణము కీర్తించిన క్షేత్రము శ్రీశైలం. వేదసారము పురాణము కీర్తించిన క్షేత్రము శ్రీశైలం. ఓం హర హర నిత్య హర హర నిత్య. అదిగో అదిగో శ్రీశైలం నిత్య భక్తులకు నిత్య పురివాసం. అదిగో శ్రీశైలం నిత్య భక్తులకు నిత్య పురివాసం. అదిగో అదిగో శ్రీశైలం నిత్య భక్తులకు నిత్య పురివాసం. అదిగో అదిగో శ్రీశైలం నిత్య భక్తులకు నిత్య పురివాసం. మోక్షమునచగే శ్రీశైలం నిత్య సన్నిధి జయ గురు శైశైలం. మోక్షమునచగే శ్రీశైలం నిత్య సన్నిధి జయ గురు శైశైలం. ఓం హర హర నిత్య హర హర నిత్య. అదిగో అదిగో శ్రీశైలం నిత్య భక్తులకు నిత్య పురివాసం. 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 మోక్షమునచగే శ్రీశైలం నిత్య సన్నిధి జయ గురు శైశైలం. మోక్షమునచగే శ్రీశైలం నిత్య సన్నిధి జయ గురు శైశైలం. ఓం హర హర నిత్య హర హర నిత్య. అదిగో అదిగో శ్రీశైలం నిత్య భక్తులకు నిత్య పురివాసం. అదిగో అదిగో శ్రీశైలం నిత్య భక్తులకు నిత్య పురివాసం. హర హర నిత్య. అదిగో అదిగో శ్రీశైలం నిత్య భక్తులకు నిత్య పురివాసం. 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 మోక్షమునచగే శ్రీశైలం నిత్య సన్నిధి జయ గురు శైశైలం. మోక్షమునచగే శ్రీశైలం నిత్య సన్నిధి జయ గురు శైశైలం. ఓం హర హర నిత్య హర హర నిత్య. అదిగో నిత్య భక్తులకు నిత్య పురివాసం. అదిగో అదిగో శ్రీశైలం నిత్య భక్తులకు నిత్య
Yes. Now, why deity worship? The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says, deities are not mere idols. They are embodiment of ideals. We do not worship the idols, we worship the ideals represented through the idols. When the divine is present before him in a form that he can see, touch, and relate to, the transmutation becomes an easy and joyful process. Second, the deities in a real kshetra. A kshetra is a place where the high frequency energies available for thousands of years. So the deities in a real kshetra are always carved in the form of ancient masters and enlightened beings. Even though no longer in the body, they can be invoked through the name or form they used while in the physical plane. When we pray to the deity or chant its name, the corresponding divine vibration is automatically awakened and becomes available on the energy plane to guide and bless us. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says that we mastered the science of bringing the divine to the deities and expressing the divine through the deities. The whole science has been mastered in the Vedic tradition. The revival of temples will be the revival of the world peace and world bliss. Revival of temple culture, the deity worship, where people are made to look in. That is where the revival of Sanatana Dharma, the Advaita Satya, is going to happen. The divine manifests in various auspicious forms. The divine has the infinite auspicious qualities. In Sanskrit, we call Ananta Kalyana Gunas. From those Ananta Kalyana Gunas, the infinite qualities, the divine can manifest in any form. For example, Shiva saved Markandeya from death, and that became an independent deity as Kala Kala. Same way, he danced in ecstasy, that action became Nataraja. Vishnu's very action of showering blessings on the world becomes Lakshmi. And Brahma's very action of constantly sharing the wisdom becomes Saraswati. So each of the actions of the ultimate becomes independent intelligence and energy. When you connect with those independent intelligences, those deities, whatever you want immediately happens. Whatever results you want, worship with those rights, those energies who are the personification of those specific actions. Immediate results are achieved by connecting with those deities. In this world, this can be a powerful method through which you can achieve whatever you want in your life. So join the Kailasa's COVID Care Protection Centers. Register now through the link below, https://kailasa.org/Kailasa Care. The link again, https://kailasa.org/Kailasa Care. So Kailasa's temple-based ecosystems are the Kailasa's de facto spiritual embassies, and the COVID care related to super consciousness is revived. All the sampradayas, all the spiritual ecosystems created for enlightenment will be revived and established in such a way it never gets lost again. They are there forever, serving the humanity. Now let's listen from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism about the revival of Hinduism's temple ecosystems.
I am going to revive Hinduism by setting up a model community, enlightenment ecosystem. I am going to create absolutely from the scratch newly self-sustaining, temple-based Hindu ancient enlightenment ecosystem and civilization based on that. Understand? Kailasa is reviving the ancient Hindu enlightened civilization. Paramashiva himself manifested this Kailasa Mandala, the enlightenment ecosystem, and the lifestyle. I am going to revive this whole enlightenment ecosystem, Kailasa, by creating a model Kailasas all over the world.
So the adulation of violence in recent lifestyle has enabled disruption in several nations, affecting millions of lives with mental distress, physical health elements, defalcation of food supply, and pinpointed destruction to the infrastructure of several countries. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has dedicated his entire life and made it's his mission to bring global peace from the ground level through the Kailasa's Department of Religion and Worship and Department of Human Services, to bring harmony in humanity, to create a life of freedom and peace for every individual on the planet through the revival of the temple ecosystems. The director of the National Institute of Mental Health, Joshua Gordon, pointed out that the environmental factors present both risk and protective influences on mental health. He grouped such factors into three types: individual factors such as the microbiomes, and natural and built components include green spaces, housing, highways, which may play a role in health disparities, and social factors like family structure, poverty, and other social determinants of health. From 1994 to this date, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has worked tirelessly in the revival of temple ecosystems globally. Through Kailasa's Department of Religion and Worship and Department of Human Services, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, this lifelong commitment to the mission and vision of bringing the global harmony, sustainable living, and reproducible ecosystems has been proven in building active, contributing temple ecosystems around the world. You can see the glimpses how Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism tirelessly worked to build the ecosystems across the world, especially India and the United Nations and Canada. And you can see the glimpses, the various meditation program that he conducted for thousands and thousands of people, and the yatras that he undertook to as spiritual pilgrimages, and the lakhs of people were in procession for revival of these temple events, the temple and the rituals of worshipping the puja and the celebrations of the traditional festivals, and the continuous annadanam, where serving the free organic sattvic meal to one and all who are present, and the value of kara seva, the showing, and in this particular picture that you see, the peacekeepers of Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, take part in Kara Seva. That means the voluntary contribution of physical service towards the cleaning or construction of the sacred Hindu temple. And you can see the relief activities. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism at the Thane flood relief in Pondicherry, medical camps, and serving the free organic sattvic meals. And the Kailasas ecosystems around the world are spread across the world, across the continents. Starting from 1994, Kailasa in Tiruvannamalai is traditionally passed on to the hands of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam Nithyananda Paramashivam. And till today, this particular picture that you're seeing, taken in 2017 in Kailasa in Tiruvannamalai, received visitors and delegates for the Kalpataru meditation workshop. So now in few minutes, we are going to have the Sundareshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan, a live darshan we are going to have. So please stay tuned. In just few minutes, let's get prepared for this. And you can see some more glimpses. And this particular picture that you're seeing, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism laying down the concept, the Bhumi Puja, after having a vision of the sacred banyan tree, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has established the Adi Kailasa temple ecosystem with the same banyan tree at his heart, the main headquarters of Kailasa, and he's laying the foundation stone way back in 2003. And the sacred banyan tree, the rightmost picture. And you can see the deities, the sacred banyan tree, and the deities Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva and Nithyanandeshwara Paramashakti, and the Nithyananda Paramashiva Linga continuously available to shower you the bones. You can watch them via live stream and ask for whatever boon you want. And you can see the continuous rituals happening, the flow of worship and the rituals in this temple ecosystems. And you can see the Kailasas ecosystems across the West. And the Kailasas in Los Angeles, Kailasa in Ohio. Kailasas Los Angeles is the Western Hemisphere headquarters, and Kailasa in Seattle, and Kailasa in San Jose, and Kailasa in St. Louis, Missouri, and Kailasa in Phoenix, and Kailasa in Houston, Texas, and Kailasa in Toronto, and again, some more pictures from Kailasa in Toronto. So Kailasa ship and Kailasa's Department of Human Services and each of Kailasa's temple ecosystems consider the right of happiness to be the highest fundamental right of all human beings, in fact, all beings. The ultimate goal for Hinduism and Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the material and spiritual well-being and prosperity to humanity. So join Kailasa's COVID care protection centers. Register now through the link below https://kailasa.org/kailasa care. Contribution from the Kailasa's Department of Religion and Worship during the COVID-19 pandemic. You can see the Nithyananda Paramashiva Devalayam live on Nithyananda TV, continuously available to the devotees to shower the bones. And Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivalinga and the Nithyanandeshwara Paramashakti and Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva available via live stream continuously, and the various rituals offered. You can see the various rituals. So it is now with this understanding to save your life, to save, especially if you are in India, as the cases, corona cases, rapidly growing, and these temple ecosystems are now the COVID care protection centers, and with the highly success rate with the 0 reported COVID case since last 2 years. Choose to join the temple-based ecosystem and save your life, protect your life. On 12th May 2021, Devi Parashakti revealed that I came as Nija Avatar. I am blessing you. Listen. People, listen. To do good to all of you, I have taken the form of Nithyananda and came down as Nija Avatar. People of India, listen. Carefully listen. Time after time, Bharatam is Jnana Bhumi, where enlightened beings comes, and we cannot make Jnana Bhumi as infertile. Enlightened beings have to come. They have to live, and it has to flower. Few hypocrites, because they are stuck in delusion, we cannot sacrifice the world. Cosmos cannot be destroyed. The ship I did to save the cosmos from being destroyed, that is called Adi Kailasa. The ship I did to protect beings from Pralaya is Adi Kailasa. Because of conspiracy of Drohis and enemies rule, the captain has to leave the ship. Before 12 years, knowing the great deluge that is going to happen, all Aushadas, by this Guru Purnima, that Jnana Rasavadam, Navapashana is going to flower and allow people to come and take dip in Navapashana flower. People, whoever comes and dip in Vaidya Sarovar, they will not have death and they will not have corona. Crores and crores of people will come in line every day, will come and dip in the Ananda Lingam. On 13th May, Devi continued to reveal that listen well to my words. For India, I made ship as protection. The Nithyananda Navapashana Lingam in Vaidya Sarovar. Go to Adi Kailasa, O Indians, listen. All those regretting losing the Nithyananda Nija Avatara, without confusion and without talking, just as a lip service, go to Adi Kailasa. Scores of people will come there looking for Navada feast and medicine, to get health and protection and enlightenment. To protect India from the great destruction, I, Parashakti, made this huge ship. Even if captain is not there, ship is there. When the first world countries closed their borders during a massive global emergency, Kailasa has opened its not only doors to all without exception. So join the COVID care protection centers. Register now through the link below, https://kailasa.org/kailasa care. And you can see the various glimpses of Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalayam offering the various rituals, various fire rituals. More glimpses that you can see. So join COVID Care Protection Centers. Register now through the link below, https://kailasa.org/Kailasa Care. Now it's time to receive the darshan of Sundareshwara. So please sit straight. Let's prepare ourselves. Please sit straight with your head, neck, and back straight line. Inhale deeply, exhale deeply. And unclutch from any thoughts that are coming. With that space of unclutching, start chanting the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Sit with the deep, intense space of gratitude. Start chanting the Mahavakya with the deep space of gratitude. Om Nithyananda.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasudashiva. Om Nithya Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.